All right, students, this is your alternative assignment for folks that were unable to log hours or have experience in your placements in the community. So basically, you're going to do a SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So the strengths and weaknesses, these are the things, and usually we do this with organizations or departments within organizations or boards of directors when they're thinking about how to move forward, and usually in the context of strategic planning. What will their goals be in the next 2, 3, 4 years? So they break down their organization and look at these four aspects of not only what and how they are, but also what the external threats and opportunities are that exist that would either help them or possibly be obstacles in the way of them achieving goals. But anyway, so it works like this. You look at the internal things, the strengths and weaknesses. These are the aspects of the organization that are obviously in the strengths area, things that are going well, things that you do extremely well and efficiently, things such as having a great reputation as well could count. But you're breaking down all the aspects that are strengths of the organization, the structure, the processes, the focus, etc. Weaknesses, same thing, only they're the weaknesses of the organization. Maybe you don't have a high enough budget, and you don't have the ability to raise funds beyond a certain amount. Maybe you don't have the capacity to serve enough folks, or you don't have the expertise on your board of directors that you're looking for, maybe someone in the legal field, etc. Whatever it is, could be structural, could be part of the process, could be simply your focus on the work that you do. But you look at those things and you list those things. And then you have the external factors, the opportunities and threats. Opportunities, in the example of an organization, might be because of COVID and our ability to, and our experience in creating interactive, engaging workshops through Zoom. We have a leg up. We have much more opportunity to leverage that and create a lot more business for ourselves. So this is something that, for instance, helped me in my consulting company. Opportunities could be the economy, could be many different things: technology, economy, weather, an influx of talent, could be many different things. And maybe that influx of talent has been created simply because of a housing issue that has been created, or it could be a threat. So the threats are as well external. And for instance, it's harder for folks to buy houses here if they're a first-time homeowner, to buy a first-time home here in the Denver metro area, because the prices for homes have really skyrocketed, and so it's a little tougher here. And as well, there are many other things: weather and the economy, competition. Maybe there's more competition that has moved in, could be whatever. But that's how you break down an organization. And then based on those things, you look at what are the strengths that we can leverage, what are the weaknesses that we can overcome, and given the opportunities and threats, do we want to keep focusing in this area? What kinds of opportunities can we take advantage of and leverage? And what are the threats that are there, and are they significant enough that we need to adapt to those threats right now and change the way we're doing something, etc. Now, that's how you break down the organization. But I want you to do this for yourself. So you're going to do a SWOT analysis, not for an organization or a board of directors, but for yourself. You're going to look at those 4 aspects, but in the context of an issue that you are passionate about, that you care enough about, that you wish you could make a difference, a positive difference with this issue. The example we're going to use is education inequality. So if you're passionate about that, you're going to do a SWOT analysis with that issue in mind, thinking in the context of me being able to make a difference, if I have the opportunity to make a difference with that issue, what are the strengths that will serve me? And what are the weaknesses that might cause me stumbling, cause me effort that I can't afford to put out, that might shortchange what I'm trying to do, those kinds of things. What are the weaknesses that I wish I could overcome and could possibly overcome? And as well, what are the opportunities? So strengths in my, if I were looking at myself, strengths when it came to education inequality, well, I have experience in education systems. So I have real lived experience with good education systems that I've been a part of as a student, and education systems that weren't so good that I was a part of as a student, as well as being a part of both of those things as an instructor or administrator. So I have those kinds of experiences that I can draw from. Those are strengths. I have a passion, and I am especially talented in engaging folks and really exploring and adapting to different ways of learning and teaching and those kinds of things. So I'm very open-minded. So these are strengths. When it comes to weaknesses, I want to look at myself and say, what are my weaknesses? Well, I don't have enough experience in certain areas and formal training in certain areas, such as administration, et cetera, et cetera. I am biased, right? I believe in certain things and principles and things, and it makes me biased toward public education in a positive way, and not as much supportive of education that's separated by class, right? Such as private education, et cetera. And then opportunities and threats. So there are opportunities in that we have movements, we have those kinds of things. So you get what I'm saying. I want to look at all of that when it comes to my strengths, my weaknesses, and when it comes to education, opportunities about the education system and threats about the education system. So, or systems. So for instance, one of the threats in my mind is that there are legislatures that are looking to minimize teaching in different ways. So they want to keep a critical race theory, for instance, out of the classroom, and they won't allow certain things within their education systems that they don't think are right. And I think that's a threat. It's an absolute threat. So that's what I'm talking about. So what I would do is I would list my strengths, list my weaknesses, the opportunities and the threats, all in the context of my issue. And then I would write a narrative of some kind, a couple pages, about how I would leverage my strengths, how I would overcome some, if not all, that's doubtful, but some of my weaknesses, and how I could take advantage of opportunities and adapt to threats as I move toward trying to make a positive difference in the issue that I care about. And I write about that. And that's what we want from you. So you can, you have a little artistic license, so you can do this in the way that is best suits you, but just put it together and make a narrative that makes sense. You can also contact me and text or call, and I can answer any questions about that as well. So there it is, folks. That's the alternative assignment, and good luck.